Hello. I want to do a report and get some assistance. You have a victims coordinator here?
No, victims coordinator. So here, come on in here.
Okay.
Is this what you're talking about? Something like that? Right here.
Victim assistance unit. They never told me about one. Yeah. How do I get help?
There's a phone number down there.
I wanted to go in person. I don't want to call my numbers. People refer me to call numbers because they know my phone's hacked and I talk to scammers.
So we don't.
I'm at the police department. If they have a unit, why is it impossible to see them in person? That's not really making sense.
I don't know that much about that victim.
They haven't known it for 7 years, sir.
I'm sorry?
They haven't known it for 7 years. And the bus driver was giving me a hard time. They held me up with my ID. And then by the time I get to these locations, the cover-up is enforced. But I don't understand why it's been impossible for me to speak with someone in the crime victims unit all these years when the police weren't threatening my arrest and handcuffing me and hauling me off.
You can call that.
I'm not being heard. My phone's hacked. So the police department repeatedly refers me to call numbers to get nowhere all this time. If you have a unit here, why does it doesn't make sense to refer me to call a number if I'm here? Like they've done all these years, like they did at the FBI. I was there, but they wanted me to call a number, and I was currently at the FBI.
Okay, you can do police reports on the telephone.
I'm here. Are you denying me the right to do one in person?
I don't have the ability to do it. I'm a volunteer. I can't even access the computer.
Okay, what's your name?
Robert.
Okay, you have so I've came to the police department and can't do a report and see the crime victims advocate, and I'm forced to call numbers on my phone. Another 7 years.
That's the information I have.
Okay, well let's get something else because my phone's hacked, and I repeatedly speak to scammers. So I'm trying to interrupt the pattern and speak with people in person. And I'm repeatedly lied to and schemed, and they have whole units that they lie about, and then force me to call numbers instead of allowing me to speak with people in the unit.
Well, you can call that number, evidently.
I'm not being heard, sir. I speak with scammers, and if I'm actively at a police department, are you able to do customer service and get the location that I can go to? Find out, call anyone on the planet?
You can call that number.
I'm not able to call. I keep on repeatedly getting people to treat me like that.
Right over there if you want to call
I just don't understand why I'm here and you are volunteering. You won't help me, and I told you I'm fleeing a domestic abuse crisis.
Well, you call that number and the police will be here pretty quick if it's a domestic dispute.
But I don't tell you, and I'm at the police department. I call on my own.
You have to call that number.
Okay, because I get mistreated like this. I'm denied services all over the world. They make me flee and try to get services on my own. So I have to call to get help at police departments. I have to try to get help some kind of other way at current cell phone providers. They won't give me help. So I have to try to fend for myself and get services that's deliberately schemed to keep me from. So you want me to call on my own at a police department and call for police assistance instead of doing it, getting dispatched on your own. So I got to get on the device and then call and try to get help from at a current police department.
So there's no police back here right now.
Right, that's why they were playing games with my ID and other than playing games with the bus.
Place that show up here now, you can go to the traffic and patrol and maybe talk to somebody, but here they're just NPOs that show up and they're out doing their thing. And I
just don't understand how to flee for 7 years, sir. So I'm just trying to get clarity on what you want me to do. So you at a current police department, you want me to get on the phone.
Yeah. And
then call.
Yes.
And try to hunt down. I just saw police out there and my phone wasn't recorded.
So you have to call that not emergency number to make a police report.
I've been calling that a long time and I haven't gotten anywhere.
What's the phone number?
I don't have it memorized, but anyway, I've called it.
You said you've been calling them, so what's the phone number?
I don't understand why I would keep repeatedly get treated like this. I've told you I'm fleeing abuse. And you're trying to interrogate me and ask me what the phone number is?
I'm not interrogating you for any reason. I'm telling you, all you go over there.
I'm just trying to get clarity that I'm currently at a police department. Yeah. And you're telling me to get on the phone at a police department. And then call. I'm just trying to get clarity.
This is criminal investigations.
I'm just trying to get clarity that you want me currently at a police department to get on the phone and call police. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
You're supposed to call that number. And the police will come.
But I'm not being heard. I've called it. I called it 3 times and tried to
What's the number then?
I'm just trying to inform you. I keep on getting interrupted reporting crimes. So I called it 3 times when the car sped up like it was going to hit my friend, and she started behaving oddly. And it was right on camera footage. The car got from the right lane all the way to the left lane deliberately, ran a light. So it was absolutely clear cut, deliberate. You could tell. But I called the police department 3 times. They never came. So your way of, this isn't working what you're wanting me to do.
If you have a domestic problem, then you can call that not emergency number, and there'll be a policeman here pretty quick.
Okay, well, let me call. You said use your phone?
Use it right away.
Are you willing to give me the number, or do I have to look it up?
No, I got the number.
Okay. Call on my own at the police department.
It's not even working.
It's not working. They were the phone one working at Walmart. 2 of them. Huh.
So how come you can't call on your phone?
My phone's hacked, and each time I'm at a location, someone breaks into you guys' system and keep me from using phones like they did at Walmart. So leaving me in a state of terror for all these years with these repeated schemes year after year, repeatedly unaddressed, and mistreatment and handcuffed and assaults and violated, trying to flee abuse.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Each time I'm telling someone about assaults and arrest, fleeing abuse, they can't ever understand that, even though it's criminal. So I repeatedly keep saying the same thing when you get to 21 false arrests and repeatedly ignored, but they can't ever understand that some people do take bribes repeatedly over and over again and leave someone in abuse. They can't ever understand that. They can't fathom it when their phone's not working.
Bribes. Nobody takes bribes here.
Well, your phone's not working. What's up with that? And why is this a police department and I can't get a police? They haven't had any control over it 7 years. They couldn't control it when I couldn't speak with anyone at the FBI, and they wanted me to call a number, and then later gave me a criminal trespass. I'm just not understanding why I don't get services everyone else get and can't have an officer dispatched out, and why someone had cut your line when I showed up. But yet still nothing's done, and why all these units are hid, and I have to call the number and no one knows where a whole victim's unit is. I'm told you I'm fleeing abuse. The bus driver already did this, sir. And PNS shelter. Deliberately terrorizing someone trying to get services, and the conspiracy is criminal. Torment.
Hey, if you'll be quiet for a minute and come over here, I've got that phone number.
Okay.
You know where I couldn't even think. You're talking nonstop. I can't even think.
I just don't understand why you are not concerned about me 21 false arrests and why someone cut your line.
For the police auto pound, please press button.
Why that doesn't concern you?
For animal control issues.
And other lines being cut at Walmart too?
To hear information about
just be quiet for a minute.
That's what the shelter says when I was reporting crimes.
You can talk to the police department here if you just be quiet for a minute.
That's what they said at the shelter when I was reporting crimes. They do it everywhere. It's my fault.
All other callers.
But yet your line's cut.
Please be quiet for a minute.
Please press star.
Fort Worth Police Department operator M837. What's the location you're calling about?
This is Robert at the front desk down here at the East Sector, 5650 Lancaster, and there's a lady here that has a problem. She needs to see a police officer quick. Can you tell him what your problem is?
Yes, I'm in a domestic violence crisis, and he claims that his line's been cut. And
I didn't say that.
Well, the line's not working, and then it wasn't working at Walmart either when I was trying to activate my phone.
That's the other phone. This one's working.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to establish a pattern of it, and then I'm trying to speak with the victim's advocate, and people want me to call numbers, but I keep repeatedly speaking.
Ma'am, what's your name?
It's Kiana Clark.
Kiana Clark. Okay.
She's recording this whole thing.
Of course. Why would you not want me recording it? Don't you record and have cameras here?
What's your phone number in case we're disconnected?
Well, you're on his line. I get harassing calls, and the police have never investigated them. So I don't want to give my number right now.
So who's harassing you?
I think it's this guy that I don't know exactly where I met him, but someone online. And each time I tried to report him, at first when I wasn't recording, I get arrested, and sometimes with assaults, like at New Beginnings in Garland. And then the police came out to, I'm doing an active report. And then the police came out to Plano, New Beginnings in Plano. And then for some reason, they all lie and keep me from services all these years. In fact, everywhere I'm at, lies about services and schemes to keep me from shelter.
Okay, ma'am. Do you know this guy's name?
Yes, his name is Jason Gardner.
And how do you know him? How did you meet him?
I just don't know. I'm trying to get clarity on why now women fleeing abuse and have stalkers get condescending behavior, like he's controlling it. Just kind of getting clarity on why now the policy has completely changed and now it's psychopathic behavior and sadistic behavior with violating someone trying to flee. 7 years.
Okay. Ma'am, I'll get a call up and I'll get an officer over there. Is this guy there near you now or no?
Well, here's the thing. I go to shelter and his line was cut and then the lines were cut at Walmart. And then there's things happening on the bus and then I got robbed. I think someone's setting it up.
Ma'am, I'm going to set up a call for an officer to come out there and meet with you. Now, so they can recognize you. Are you black, white, or Hispanic?
I'm black.
What color clothes are you wearing?
I'm wearing some black pants with a different color shirt. Here's the thing. How do you get access to the victim's advocate? Because I never got the password in Dallas. I sat there all day, but they would never let me talk to one. All day.
You can talk to the officer about that when he gets there.
Oh, you don't want me to know right now? And I'm currently asking a question?
No, I don't know. You're going to have to talk to the
He don't know either, but there's a sign right here for you guys to know nothing about it.
I'm sending an officer to the location to talk to you. Where are you going to be waiting at the location?
Here, what's your name, Robert? Yeah, I don't know why the people aren't concerned about all these cut lines. I'll be inside.
Okay, I'll get an officer there as quickly as I can.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I guess I'll start the